Hello from Frozen Frontiers. Back at you again with another video. Today we're going to be going over bus bars, getting those installed for my electrical closet, get the batteries all, squared away. That room's pretty much done after this project. And solar panels, there's more of them. There's more set up. I have 2 left because the post office decided to send back 2 of the mounts. I don't get it. 10 boxes came in and they decided to send a box back. I don't get it. So, whatever. They decided to do it. So just have to wait for them now to get more ones, and then I can put the other 2 panels up. But yeah, there's more solar panels set up, so I'll go over my thoughts behind getting those set up and how everything's going. We're installing the bus bars today. So I wanted to show a little bit about how this process is done. So right now my current process is that I'll show it from this one because the lines are actually still there. The power for the batteries comes out this orange and black cable, goes into one end, which is this battery, comes through the bank over to this one, through the bank down to this one, because each of these are looped in. So one goes to the next one, which goes to the next one, which goes to the next one, and all the way down over to here. The problem with this process is that, and I can actually show you because they're all out of sync right now, is that these batteries, I've explained this a million times, but for anybody watching that's new, these batteries get out of sync. So, like this one over here is at 64%, this one's at 52%, this one's at 44%, and it'll be the same way for this side. This one will be lowest, this one will be higher, and this one's even all the way up at 71%. So then you run into a problem where, because this BMS takes the average of all of the batteries and converts it to the statement of charge, SOC, you'll get a situation where this battery will be at like 10% and it'll actually shut off because it won't allow it to go any lower. And then the whole system shuts off because this battery shut off and interrupted the whole signal. And it's a problem. But this battery over here is still at like 50%. And the generator doesn't turn on because the BMS will say that it's at like 40%, 35, 40%, where the generator is set to turn on at 35%. So, yeah, you run into problems when you get out of sync like that. So installing the bus bars, what this does, instead of having this big long chain, is I'll have the incoming connections on the middle. So inverter 1, inverter 2, positive and positive, inverter 1, inverter 2, positive or negative and negative. So the way that this is done, and I'm showing this mostly because I have to splice a new connector on the top of here. So I bought these lug connectors, and this is for AWG 3/8, so little, or 2 AWG, sorry, 3/8 inch, which that's what this cable is. Here is 2 AWG. The insulation rating on this cable is 90 degrees Celsius. I'm going to get a heat gun after I get this all set up and going, and just make sure there's no like hot spots in any of the connections. I just worry that, pulling from the bar here, that maybe any of these terminals might get hot, because now that it's able to go through each one, I'll actually be able to transfer more power to each battery while I'm charging. So that'll be cool. I won't have the capacity from the generator to do that, but if I upgraded generators, I would then be able to do that. So the way that this works is you have this opening here, and I'll actually pull it out of the sleeve really quick. You have this opening here that you put on the top, just like that, and then you have a crimping tool that you crimp it down on there with, and I'll do that right now because this one is ready to go. So the crimping tool looks like this. So you throw her in there, crimp it down. It's just like the PEX stuff that I've done before. Let's see if I can get this phone set up in a place that'll allow you guys to watch me do this. I think that that's good. If it's not, I'll just cut this out. So I like to put it in here first, get it a little bit clamped down so that it is ready to go. Then slide that on. I don't like where that is. I want it further down. And this is actually kind of a pain. You really have to crimp it good. So use my chin here to sort of grab on it, and then clamp it, clamp it, clamp it in. Oh my gosh. I swear that's the only time I'll do that. But then after it's clamped in, I mean, it only clamped down on one side, but that should be fine. I give it a good tug. Give it a really good tug. Wiggle it around a bit, make sure it's actually on there right. And yeah, it is very secure. So then when I get this done, that'll just slide onto there and bolt down. But then what you do is you take this sleeve that we've got here, slide it over the top like so. Get that in the right spot. Maybe slide it down just a tiny bit more. And then you just take this heat gun and just start warming it up, and it'll form into place. Turn it up a little bit so it goes faster. Don't need to waste y'all's time. And yeah, just be careful of these heat guns because they are quite warm. You don't want to be right up next to it or it'll just burn it. Yeah, as you can see, that just is forming right down onto there. It'll show all of the imperfections of what we did. So the clamp that clamped down just on the one side, you can see it's there, but this gives us a nice cozy connection here. That heat gun down. Yeah, this gives us a nice cozy connection for the terminal. Makes it look shiny and fancy. I know the cable's black, but I didn't want to get a red cable for it. And the terminal ends tell me which side is positive and which side's negative anyway. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do. I've got only 3 more of these cables to make because the cables that were here for the batteries in the first place are actually good cables to use. So I can use these to go into each of the batteries. These are 4 gauge, but they are rated at 150C. So because they're rated at a higher rating, they're actually better for these batteries. You can see on here we've got 4 gauge 150C, which is kind of cool, I guess. 600 volts. It'll never use that because it's a 48 volt system, but yeah, it's a pretty cool system. So we'll come back when I'm done. Got them all hooked up. Just need to put a couple of these cables in better spots, but just kind of wrap them up and stuff them behind these batteries, I think. But yeah, so now they're all hooked up. These are the 2 new pieces in here. Got them all tightened down nice and tight. Just need to put the covers on now, and the covers go on just like this. So they go right over the top. You just screw them right into the base plate there, and then everything comes out like that. It looks a lot better. I'll do that really quick. And voila. Looks a lot better now. Got those cables moved. I just pushed them down behind and just had the slack moved out the way. I don't really like how much that's being pushed up against the edge of it there, though. Need to... yeah, that's better. So these are the cables that come in for the photovoltaic. I want to get them all wrapped up together and push through better, but for now that works. These are the cables for the 2-wire start for the generator, but everything else looks quite a bit better. I need to get smaller cables for the communication between these batteries, but I mean, I can make my own those pretty easy. I just haven't had the bother to do it yet. But yeah, every one of these has just one cable going into it now instead of all 4 ports being plugged up, so there's a lot more room here now. I can put these panels back on these, get it all tidied up, put my tools away. But yeah, we'll see over the next few charges how this does. I mean, it already looks like it's balancing between them because you can see this guy over here. Once it loads, well, maybe there's no charge going through it at all right now, and all the solar is just going straight to the stuff, because these are all showing idle. Before, I was seeing this one was putting out battery to this one, which this is a tiny bit less voltage here, so it should technically be doing it, but whatever. I'm not really all that worried about it. We'll just see over the next few charges how they do. Guys at 47, 61, and 71. It's wild how far out these things get. And this is over, I mean, I charged them up yesterday. So over one day, they're 20+% out of sync from one side to the other. So it's pretty rough. The cable that I bought, the 2-gauge cable, this is how much of it I had left. So I bought just the right amount, basically. Got everything a little bit cleaned up. Put these back on. And a big milestone. Whoa. No open wires? Wild. Now if that thing is flying around, it's not just gonna zap, kaboom, blow everything up. So, yeah, I also moved my temperature reader up to there. Camera can let me know what the temperature is out here all the time. Bolted down the Wi-Fi back here. These connections look so much better now. Need to, that one's out of place a little bit. Make it look as shiny as possible. There we go. There we go. Here, hold on. There we go. Check that out. It is awesome. Looks so good. So much better. Still a little bit of work to do down here. This cable could use some sprucing up. Probably pull it from over here a little bit and get it more under there. Those cables could, you know, be stapled to that wall or whatever, but looks a lot better. The other thing that I'll record and show you guys, and I'll talk to you while I walk out there, is I put up some more solar panels yesterday and got them faced a different direction. I'm just doing some experimenting during this time of year just to see what I can expect out of what types of configurations. And yep, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's nice and warm. It's like probably 25 degrees out right now or something. But the next bit for the day is to get these solar lines put up in the tree like the other ones. I've already got the ladder over there, so I just need to climb up, tie them in with the nylon rope that I've got up there. But this is how I did the next. There's only 8 because for whatever reason the post office decided to send back 2 of my panel mounts. Super annoying. But I got the panels set up like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're blocking each other. At least this row would be. But they already are outperforming these 10. So this row of 8, this string of 8 that I've got, outperforms this entire row of 10 right now. So that's interesting. And as it should. The only problem with doing them this way is that with them being right here, my container is covering up these front 2 panels during part of the day, which is not, you know, not the best. But now I basically just need to, they're pretty entrenched in there, because it got warm after I put these up, and then they froze to the ground. So some of them should come out pretty easy, like this one's already ready to come out. But the other ones, like these ones over here, you can see there's just a portion of the whole frame that's underneath the snow there. And yeah, it is stiff in there. So maybe if it warms up a little bit it's supposed to warm up to like almost 40 degrees this week, which is just wild. It should not be that warm. Move my axe. My axe over by a panel. It's because I had to break up the ice that was covering them on this side when I put them together. So, yeah, no, it's looking pretty good. I got up to 900 kilowatts today, and that's with the cloud cover over there. Is just that it's been like that all day. So I've had clouds blocking the sun all day, and I managed to get up to 900 watts, which is pretty decent. I mean, that's if I'm using my computer, like playing a game on my computer that actually takes the video card, that'd be all of the power from solar just going to my computer, which I don't really game as much as I used to anyway, so it's not too much of an issue. I've been watching more TV than anything else lately. Mostly old shows. A big one's been Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction from the late 90s. I didn't like the first season much. I don't know, I didn't know that host, so it didn't really ring with me much, but I really like Jonathan Frakes, so watching seasons 2 through, I think there's only 4 seasons, has been a lot of fun. Been watching Star Trek, you know, the good stuff, and a lot of outdoor YouTube channels, specifically Lost Lakes. I absolutely love his content. It's fantastic just to throw it on, and he's been doing recent videos that he's been doing compilation videos of, you know, just like an entire year's worth of content for him. Well, an entire season's worth of content, I should say. And it's awesome because it's like 3.5 hours. I can just throw it on, and then whenever I want to get up and do something else, like make food, just get up, make food while he's out there doing his thing. And I enjoy that content a lot. Gonna try and get into that kind of stuff more this year. What else? I think that'll be it for this video. I'm gonna try and get my kitchen squared away this next week, and then I'll have another video for that next weekend. But for this week, I think that does it. Things are going good up here. Truck's running great, fixed her up nice and good. Speedometer cuts in and out. It's the cable that goes underneath the whole truck is somewhere it's grounding out or not making a proper connection. So every now and again it'll work. But anyway, wherever you're at, I hope you're having the best time that you can. And we'll catch you on the next one.